Hello there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's Noah coming back at you with another Terraria tutorial. That's right, the Nether River channel is not dead. I'm finally coming out with videos again. I hope you guys are excited about that. I'm pretty excited about it. So, let's get right into it. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how to get all of the Old One's Army's weapons. These things are pretty OP, guys. I definitely think that they're going to be worth your time to try and get them, because a lot of these weapons are very good. One of them has made it onto one of my top time all favorite weapons list, which is hard to get because there's a lot of weapons on Terraria. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I'm going to be telling you how to get all of these. A few notes before we begin. Alright, to actually summon this event, you are going to need an Eternia Crystal stand and an Eternia Crystal, as I'm showcasing right now. You place the crystal stand down in a completely flat area, and then you place the crystal inside of the crystal stand. It summons the event. Boom. You are fighting, you are protecting. But before we actually get into the basics of this, I'm going to be telling you guys how to get both of these things. First, you're going to need to find the Tavern Keep NPC. So to find the Tavern Keep NPC, you are going to need to either defeat the Brain of Cthulhu, whatever the frick you want to call him, or the Eater of Worlds. Either of those bosses, and the Tavern Keep will spawn anywhere in the world, excluding the underworld. So we can spawn above ground, below ground, the dungeon, wherever. So maybe excluding the Lizard Temple. I'm not exactly sure, but wherever. So once you get the Tavern Keep NPC, you can get these crystals, the crystal stand too, and you can actually start fighting. So when you start fighting, you're going to need to know that there are 3 tiers to this fight. The first tier, you haven't beat any boss. I guess you've beaten the Eater of Worlds or the Brain of Cthulhu. But like, to actually summon this tier, you don't need to beat any boss except those 2. And then when you beat those bosses, or when you get the crystal stand and the crystal, you can fight any mechanical boss. So the Destroyer, Skeletron Prime, the Twins, whatever, whichever one you want to fight, and it'll start tier 2 with better weapons, better loot, better stuff, more defender medals. Then there's the third tier, which you have to defeat Golem to beat this tier. So you have to beat Plantera before you actually have to fight Golem. So those are the 3 tiers. Each of them have better loot, better stuff, but it's harder, each tier, with harder enemies, which are new too. Alright, let's get right into it. The first 3 weapons that I'm going to be telling you guys how to get will be the Flameburst Rod, the Flameburst Cane, and the Flameburst Staff, which are basically the same weapon, except they're different tier versions that are better, and they're all sold from the Tavern Keep. So the Flameburst Rod does 17 damage, the mana cost to summon it is 5, and the best modifier for all of them is mythical. And the cost is 5 defender medals, 1 gold. The Flameburst Cane does 42 damage, the mana summon cost is 10, the actual cost is 25 defender medals and 5 gold. The Flameburst Staff does 88 damage, the mana cost to summon it is 15, the actual cost is 100 defender medals and 20 gold. These are sentry weapons, and they will despawn after a certain amount of time. So they're not moving minions, they are actually sentry weapons. They do summon damage, they do splash damage, these do, the Flameburst Staff does, and they cannot target flying enemies. The Flameburst Rod, Cane, and Staff cannot target flying enemies. This is very important. Also, these cost Ethereum mana when you're in the actual Old One's Army event game, and enemies actually just drop this mana on the ground. So they do cost Ethereum mana. And these weapons are boosted by the Apprentice armor sets. Alright, next up on the list are the Explosive Trap Rod, the Explosive Trap Cane, and the Explosive Trap Staff. So the Explosive Trap Rod does 24 damage, the mana cost to summon it is 5, the best modifier for all of them is Demonic, and the cost is 5 defender medals and 1 gold. The Explosive Trap Cane does 59 damage, the mana is 10, and the cost is 25 defender medals and 5 gold. The Explosive Trap Staff does 126 damage, the mana is 15, and the cost is 100 defender medals and 20 gold. A few notes on these: it doesn't do knockback, and it's boosted by the Huntress and Red Riding armor. It also oils enemies with the On Fire debuff. It also explodes in close proximity, but it stays. It does not get rid of itself. Next are my favorite Sentry Summon Staffs in the Old One's Army event that you can buy from the Tavern Keep. So these are the Lightning Aura Rod, Cane, and Staff. The Lightning Aura Rod does 4 damage, the mana cost is 5, and the best modifier for all of them is Demonic. The cost is 5 defender medals and 1 gold. The Lightning Aura Cane does 11 damage, the mana is 10, and the cost is 25 defender medals and 5 gold. The Lightning Aura Staff, which is the best, does 34 damage, the mana is 15, and the cost is 100 defender medals, and 20 gold. They are also boosted by the monk armor sets. The next three are the Ballista Rod, the Ballista Cane, and the Ballista Staff. The Ballista Rod does 27 damage, costs 5 mana, and the best modifier for all of them is Ruthless. The cost is 5 defender medals, 1 gold. The Ballista Cane does 67 damage, the mana is 10, and the cost is 25 defender medals and 5 gold. The Ballista Staff does 140 damage, the mana is 15, and the cost is 100 defender medals and 20 gold. A few notes: they fire piercing spears, and the Squire armor sets boost their damage. The next weapons will be melee, magic, and ranged damage-based weapons, and the first one on that list can be acquired in Tier 2. It's the Tome of Infinite Wisdom, boosted by the Apprentice armor set. The damage is 24, the mana to summon it is 20, and the best modifier is Mythical. The drop chance is from the Ogre, and it's a 6.67% chance to drop in Tier 2. Tier 3, it's a 3.33% chance. This weapon auto-fires 4 non-piercing pages in rapid succession, and if you right-click for an alternate attack, it shoots a piercing tornado that does a lot of damage but costs a lot of mana. Next magic weapon is an awesome weapon, one of my favorites. I'm still using it in late hard mode. It's the Betsy's Wrath. It does 65 damage. The mana cost is 14, the best modifier is Mythical, and the drop chance is 25% from the Betsy boss, which only spawns in Tier 3. Now, why this is my favorite? You guys may have been flabbergasted when I said 65 damage, come on. But the reason I like it so much is because it inflicts the Betsy's Curse, which lowers defense twice as much as the Golden Shower. So that's like 80 or 40, I can't remember which, defense that is lowered. And that is a lot of defense that is lowered. Very useful. It also shoots 3 fireballs, which each can inflict the Betsy's Curse. One of my favorites. It is an awesome weapon. Next up are the ranged weapons, and the first one that can only be obtained in Tier 2 is the Phantom Phoenix. The damage is 24, the use time is 19, which is very fast, and the best modifier is Unreal. The drop chance is 6.67% in Tier 2, and 3.33% in Tier 3. This bow converts regular arrows into flaming arrows, and it fires 2 arrows for the cost of 1. It also fires a phoenix with a waving arc, which it's really cool. You guys can see it in the clip that I'm showing. Every 4th shot. Next is the Aerial Bane, which does 55 damage, and the use time is 30, which is average. The best modifier is Unreal, and it has a 25% chance to drop from Betsy. Obviously, it's Tier 3. So this bow splits into 6, and it deals 50% more damage to aerial targets. Another thing is, if you hit an aerial target, it'll actually break into more arrows. So if you keep hitting aerial targets, it'll turn into like a chain reaction, doing tons of damage. Awesome bow. That's a little bit difficult to master. Next is the Sleepy Octopod, which does 40 damage. The use time is 30, which is average, and the best modifier is Godly. The drop chance is 6.67% and 3.33% from the Ogre in Tier 2. After swinging 1 second, an explosion will occur, and the explosion does damage through blocks. Next is the Ghastly Glaive, which does 61 damage, and its use time is 27, which is average. Its best modifier is Godly, and its drop chance is 6.67% in Tier 2 and 3.33% in Tier 3 from the Ogre. It shoots projectiles, and after 3 swings, it has a special attack. Next is the Sky Dragon's Fury, which does 70 damage. Its use time is 30, which is average, and the best modifier is Godly. The drop chance is 25% from Betsy, and it has an alternate attack that shoots 3 beams. Instead of being a spinny thing, which is very articulate, I know, it shoots 3 beams and it turns into a kind of a spear. Next is a really awesome sword. It's the Brand of the Inferno. It does 44 damage. The use time is 24, which is fast. The best modifier is Legendary. Its drop chance is 6.67% in Tier 2 and 3.33% in Tier 3 from the Ogre. When holding a shield, like an Ankh shield or a Ankh shield, I just said that, or a Cobalt shield, you can actually add 20 defense by right-clicking, only when holding this sword. And if you time it just right and right-click right before an enemy hits you, it'll deal damage back and boost your damage by 500%. Really cool sword. Last but certainly not least is the Flying Dragon, which does 90 damage. The use time is 24, which is fast, and the best modifier is Legendary. The drop chance is 25% from Betsy, which means this is tier 3, and it shoots through walls with its special projectiles, and it pierces through 4 enemies. Jeez, this is a really good sword. I mean, it pierces through walls, it pierces through 4 enemies. This is an awesome sword. A good way to end the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope this video helped you, and I hope that it helped you understand the Old One's army more. If you really liked this video, please subscribe. If you just liked it, please drop a like. It really will help. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys become Terraria legends. This is Noah, and goodbye. The flight speed is 150%. The height is 91. It costs 1 platinum from the post-Golem Steampunker. So you have to beat Golem to actually buy these from the Steampunker. Alright, right on to the next one. Fish.